Hey, yo, yo, yo! Yes, please! Nas Daily in the house! Sorry, man, sorry. Who here watches every Nas Daily video ever?
Nobody does. Nobody watches every video because I made 1,000 of them.
I don't know, man. I do.
People probably see 5, 6, 7, 70. My girlfriend saw like 1,050, so thank you for that. And the investors probably watched like 800, so thank you for that. But thank you for everybody for coming. I appreciate your presence here and your time.
Amazing. What an event. What an event. I want to make a recommendation or a suggestion or a request maybe. If you guys want, I have a whole list of questions for Nas. I've had people come to me throughout the day and say, ask him this, ask him that. Feel free to tweet me questions that you want me to ask Nas right now on stage. I'm HILLEL FULD on Twitter. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I'll be checking my notifications right now.
There we go.
We could do that at a tech conference. We're allowed to check our notifications. Try it. Well, it's your loss. You're not on Twitter. No, you can find me anywhere else. Just literally, if you have a question for Nas, send them over. I'll ask. But let's just start. Jump in. All right?
All right, let's do it. Wow, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you, dude. Just close your ears.
Let's begin.
Close your ears.
I can't see anyone.
Close your ears. You made a request. I'm gonna respect your request. Close your ears for 1 second. He asked me why so many Jews love him. That's what he asked me. And you know what I said? And you tell me if this is not the reason. Because the man is likable, right? And that's something that happens, you know, for him naturally, but it's not easy to get someone to feel something. And this guy tells stories, 1,000 videos. How many hours does it take to produce? I'm stopping. I'm sorry, man.
How many hours? No, I told him, Hillel, do not compliment.
Okay, I'm stopping right now.
But it takes 10 hours. To make a 1-minute video, on average, it takes 10 hours.
10 hours.
You know 10 hours, 4 hours to write the words, 2 hours to go stressed and fight with everybody on the team, and then 3 hours to shoot, on average, maybe 4 hours to shoot, and then another 3 or 4 hours to edit. That's more than 10 hours, actually. But
do you have members of your team here besides your girlfriend? Anybody else here?
No, they're back in Tel Aviv.
Okay, because you're editor. I mean,
we have work every day.
You guys are like...
We're taking a special exception to be here, and I'm glad to be here. It is an honor.
Quite a production.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so let's start from the beginning. Who is Nas?
Who is Nas?
Who are you?
Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit to the people. Is that okay?
Talk to the people.
Hi, everybody. My real name is not Nas. It is NUSEIR. NUSEIR YASSIN. NUSEIR like yes, sire, no, sire. Yes, sire, no, sire. It's a very complicated name. It's an Arabic name. And even in the Arab world, nobody has that name. So I don't know why my dad gave me that name.
That's
but
funny.
I'm glad he did. Because NUSEIR can also be Nas. And that's why I went by Nas. It means people in Arabic. And the whole concept of what I want to do in life is to meet as many people as possible. Although this is a bit overwhelming. But I grew up in the north, 2 hours away from here, in a small kfar village called Araba. It's right next to Sakhnin, right next to Carmiel. I grew up as an Arab Israeli, Palestinian Israeli, whatever you want to call it. I'm part of the 20% of Israel that's not Jewish. I spent 20 years here, and then I decided I need to go to the United States. I need to pursue my higher education in the United States. And I did. I got very lucky. I applied to Harvard and I got in. And I graduated in 2014 in economics and computer science. Just like, that's just a normal, at Harvard I was like probably the worst student ever. And then I graduated and I went to New York, like every other kid, and I worked at PayPal as a software engineer. I was spending the best 10 hours of my life coding, and I gotta be honest, I'm not a good developer. I felt stupid every single day going to work, and I felt unheard. Nobody cared about what I had to say every single day at work. And those two things made me angry. And I think anger is a great thing. It's a great thing. It's a great motivator. So I was so angry. I was like, why don't people care about what I have to say? And like, why do I feel why can I not be good at this tech stuff? I'm just not good. I just didn't feel confident enough. And so I quit. And I decided to buy a camera, a DSLR camera.
Mirrorless.
I don't even know what that is. So think that way you see yourself. Exactly.
You have the GH5.
No, I bought the Canon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like entry level, like $600.
Got it.
And I bought a one-way ticket out of New York to Nairobi, Kenya. And I wanted my life to be as exciting as possible, to see as much of the world as possible. And I'm going to summarize everything that I see so that my 10 friends back in New York can see it. That's it. I swear to God, my goal was my 150 friends back in New York that I cared about, and I wanted them to see what I'm seeing in Kenya. And the
rest is history.
The rest is history.
But I don't mean to preach here, but like this is something that we all talk about. Everyone probably in this room talks about. You did this for passion. You didn't do this for money. You didn't do this for fame.
I never wanted fame. I never thought it was possible for an Arab kid. Never. And I think that's why it grew, because people can see that this kid just really likes making videos. And so fame social capital is an amazing thing, and I highly recommend it to anybody. I recommend you get social capital and get rid of financial capital. Basically, it's so much better to have 1 million friends around the world than $1 million.
Amen.
I'll take that any day.
Amen.
Imagine landing in Norway, okay, and say, "Hello, Norway. I don't know anyone here. I'm a tourist." But then, because you have social capital, all of a sudden 100 people show up, and they're your friends, and they want to help you, and they want to make you feel like a local. And this happened in every country in the world, and it made me feel like I belong in every country in the world.
Incredible. The tweets are flowing in here.
Ah, cool.
Let's do some Twitter questions. Okay?
By the way, I don't use Twitter. But, yeah.
I noticed that, by the way. I did notice that. We got. No one's perfect, Nas. All right, so let's just do this. So there are some loaded questions which I'm absolutely not going to ask right now.
No, please do.
No, I'm really not going to do that. Some I don't know. I'm not sure if this person's for real or if they're trolling. So I'm.
Come on, man. We have to be honest.
Wait, I'll tell you. Look, just read. You tell me if I can
Anything
read
is
that.
okay.
Don't say it out loud.
Who paid for all of Nas' videos and travel? And
I don't know what that is.
Oh, and why? That's from Robbie Berman from the HILLEL Donor Center. Okay, who paid for this? It's great. Money is a great thing.
There you go.
Everybody here has it, apparently. So, New York software engineers are overpaid. I was overpaid. My skills were not worthy of my salary. And so I was making $120,000 a year. And I'm cheap. I'm from Israel, so I'm cheap.
You might not be Jewish, but you're Jewish,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
I said Israel, I didn't say Jewish.
I'm allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say that.
So I saved $60,000 to the dollar, okay? And I told myself, I trust myself that in 1 year, without a job, I'll figure something out. Like, it's all about trusting yourself. And so I did a calculation. How much money do I need to live in New York for 1 year without needing a job? $60,000 to live in New York with that stupid rent. So I saved $60,000, and then I got this genius idea. Why do I need to be in New York? I don't. And so I went to Nairobi, and $60,000 in Nairobi can last you for 6 years instead of 1. And that $60,000 is my investment into Nas Daily. I said I'm gonna spend money. I was losing money every month. You're getting 2,000 views, 1,000 views, 200 likes. It's very lonely times. It's very hard times, and it's very you don't know where your next thing is coming from. And so the first 2 years, that's pretty much how it was. You get a job here, you gig there, $300 there, $500 there, and then Nas Daily blew up. And when it blows up, money blows up. And so Facebook, noticed that Nas Daily exists, and they supported it by giving it the ability to run ads. So like how YouTube works, you run an ad on YouTube, and you can do the same thing on Facebook if you have a long video. And they also, supported the endeavor, and the ad money is pretty much all you need to be sustainable.
Let me just cut you off 1 second. In case many of you don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, Zuckerberg literally told you are the top content producer worldwide on Facebook. Number 1. Is that true or not?
That's what he said when we met, yes.
But, number 1 in the world.
No, I don't know if it's number 1. I know it's one of the top. It's very hard, and the reason for that is because it's very hard to find Facebook creators.
It's true.
It's this whole YouTube world is not mine. I don't like YouTube, so I only focus on Facebook because I know who you are on Facebook. But essentially, everybody here loves to know financial transparency, and I love financial transparency. Usually the way it works is for every 1 million views on Facebook, with ads, you can make $1,000. And the beauty of Nas Daily is that it had a lot of million views. So you.
That's the quote. The quote of the day.
Some videos went viral, and from the videos, so averages. So I'll tell you, I love transparency. So most videos, if it doesn't do well, it'll make like $500, and I make those videos once a week. Okay, $500. But some videos go viral and they make 8,000 bucks. Some videos go more viral, they make 20,000 bucks. The most, and that's the most that'll never happen again, ever happen again. Video that ever went viral made 130,000 bucks.
That is, wow.
Now,
Which video?
it was about a guy. No need to clap because money is not really the goal of doing this. It's just a great way to be acknowledged. You can be acknowledged with nice words. You can be acknowledged with financial success, and you can be acknowledged with whatever. But that's the way the things. And no one should ever do this for the money because if you look at my hourly rate, I mean it's probably below minimum wage. It's like the amount of hours. You don't put 8 hours every day for this. You put 25 hours every day for this.
Right.
And yeah, I'm glad it worked.
All right, so this is stuff I'm learning new about you also. I didn't know either. A lot of stuff. It's amazing.
I love the fact that people are listening. You know, like
You're kind of an interesting dude.
I'm glad you hear what I have to say. Like I grew up, I was a middle child, man.
All right,
like,
so that was the next question.
You really have opinions as a middle child.
All right, so literally we got tens of questions here. So let's start from the top and go down.
Yeah.
Does Nas Daily want to get into Israeli politics? Let's start from the roughest question.
Does Nas Daily want to get into Israeli politics? I think what Nas Daily is doing, what I'm doing, is the process of elimination. Okay, you look at the world and you say, what can I do in the world? Okay, and everybody wants to make impact. Everybody, even the people who are working in McDonald's, they want impact. So I wanted impact in terms of reaching as
How much did Hashem pay you for that shout out just now? Influencer, man. All right.
So once I got that satisfaction out of influencing people with a message, at the end of the day, a politician comes and says something stupid, and then everything you're trying to do is useless. And so you can build a company that's very successful and you make billions of dollars, but at the end of the day, you're just a guy with money. And I think money obviously buys a lot of things in life, but I think at the end of the day, you cannot buy a lot, unless you're in different countries. No comments. And so you really think of it, the only way to have real impact when you're later in life is through. That's the only reason why it's interesting.
So politics is a dirty word. You want to have impact.
Everybody does, and I'm one of them, yeah.
So you're not eliminating that option in terms of action.
No, why would I, man? I'm Arab Israeli. We need more Arab Israelis in politics.
So let's talk about that, the Arab Israeli thing.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of diversity, we need some men in the room. What's going on? Why is everybody here women? What's that? What the heck? Holy smokes. All right, so, I mean, he's taken and so am I.
Now you know how we feel, just said.
Okay. So let's talk about the Arab-Israeli thing. I mean, how does that impact, speaking of impact, how does that affect your career and your life? What does it mean to be an Arab-Israeli at this, caliber of your profession?
Good question. Being an Arab Israeli is a tough one. I'll tell you, let's be frank. The reason I left in Israel is because I felt I could be more successful in a country that's not a good thing for anyone to say. And so I felt like if I want to attain like real equality, real opportunity, I looked at the world map when I was 15 years old and I said, I just don't see it in Israel, and I just don't see it in Germany either. Really, it seems like the only place to achieve real equality and real opportunity is the United States. And that's why I applied to Harvard. And that's why I wanted to enter that world. It's because the truth is there's millions of 15-year-old kids just like me looking at the world map right now and asking themselves, do I have a real shot at success in the country of Israel as an Arab Israeli? And some could argue you do. And there's a lot of Arab Israelis in like good positions in Israel, way better than many other countries. But at the end of the day, like, practicality and realities of life kind of... Right. I wanted to be an astronaut back in my old life, when I was a kid, yeah. And I also looked at Israel and I said, to be an astronaut, you have to be in the army, and you have to be flying planes. And if I go to the army, my community will shun me away, right? Even if you want to go to the army, you can't, and it's a very big taboo. And you want to fly planes? Good luck after 2009-11. Good luck. And so it's really... it hurt this kid in me when I was like, I can't be an astronaut, not in this country. And astronaut is just the extreme, right? But let's say you want to be. Sometimes I'd walk around Tel Aviv and I see positions for a waiter job, and back when I was a kid, and it says, like a preference to military service, and it's good. I get it. You want to support the soldiers, and you should. But the kid in me felt like even a waiter job I couldn't get because I don't have military service, and that's why I needed to go. But that's why I'm coming back now, because I felt after I got my Harvard degree, after I achieved all the success, I feel like now I feel equal. Okay, now that I've been able to achieve this success, I feel equal, right? But I want. But that's the thing. It's a caveat. I want the 2 million non-Harvard graduates to also feel equal.
I'm just going to say, you said you feel equal, and you're talking about walking around the streets of Tel Aviv. I walked around the streets of Tel Aviv with you. We could not walk for 30 seconds without selfie, selfie, selfie. It's like, dude, so you're not equal.
It's like OurCrowd.
You've achieved a level of okay, I don't need to tell you this, but all right, let me listen. Again, there's 300 questions here, but I do want to talk a little bit about your breakout moment, right? Because today, 12 million followers, #1.
All right, let's make this more energetic.
When did that happen?
When did that happen? Okay, the breakout moment, day 270.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, you count everything by the day.
Love it.
I met my girlfriend on day 58. So we've been together, 1,005 days. Aline, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
Come on. Come here. Come. I'll stand up. Come sit. See, we're very spontaneous here.
Yeah, that's nice. Come sit.
Tell me, Aline. Tell me.
But you need a chair too. There you go.
Let me say
All right, thank
I'm
you.
secretly going live on his Instagram.
No,
Beautiful.
why?
All his followers can watch. I don't have to stay here, but I just
No,
wanted to-
wait.
No,
what?
stay.
No,
It's
sit
okay.
down. Wait, tell me about yourself. You don't have a mic. Tell me about Aline a little bit. How long are you guys together?
Who's Aline? Oh, wow. The craziest person I met.
I could, by the way, totally verify that. I watch her. I'm big follower on Instagram.
She's half Israeli, as you can tell from the hair, and she's half Los Angeles, unfortunately.
Oh, snap. Oh, yes.
And
get my
so
own
she has a very interesting story. So she's this 29-year-old girl who. Can I say? Can I tell your life story?
Say whatever you want.
Okay, so basically,
You'll pay afterwards.
She was a Mormon in her old life, and her mom is Mormon, her dad is Jewish, from Israeli, and they're divorced now. But she was a Mormon. She got married, and she started a company with her husband that makes videos. Okay.
Good videos.
And then they divorced, and they sold the company, and then she left her religion, and then she was traveling around the world, and then she was visiting her dad in Tel Aviv. And then over one day, she got a Facebook notification saying, someone shared a Nas Daily video on Secret Tel Aviv. One of these Facebook groups on Israel. And she saw it, and she was like, I have nothing to do in life. She said to herself, I'm bored.
I said, I have no friends in Israel.
And she has no friends. And like, who's this guy? He seems like he's not an asshole, I guess.
Yeah. Which is a little rare in Tel Aviv.
Little did she know. But eventually I turned out to be an asshole, but I'm sorry about that. And she messaged me, and I saw the message on my Facebook inbox, when I made a video about Jerusalem. We love Jerusalem.
Woo!
And it was a Jerusalem video. And she said, hey, we should be friends. And we became friends. We made videos on the Dead Sea. And then the next year I spent chasing her. And then, and now she's my girlfriend.
Amazing. What do you have to say?
Oh, he's lovely. He's wonderful. And for all of you, thank you for having him and us.
You're the best. Thank you.
All right, there you go. Thank you for coming, Aline.
Okay, so let me ask him again. I have literally an entire list
Let's
of
do
questions.
it.
I'm not taking any of my questions.
When did it break out? Okay, I'll tell you when it broke out.
Yeah,
Day 270. So imagine working every single freaking day, every day for 10 hours, making a video, and not many people care. Right, like you just know this video deserves people to see it. Like there's a good message behind it, but nobody, not nobody, 10,000 people cared. Okay, but in the world of Facebook, it's called nobody. Okay, and one day, day 270, I made this one video, and then it just went insanely viral. It got 30 million views.
Why?
Why? it's about cheapness. So it's called How Cheap is Thailand? And I was like, look guys, I'm in Thailand and I love not spending money. And that video went viral. I'm not proud of it, but it is what sort of got me is like this insane number of millions of views overnight. And a lot of people think Nas Daily is like overnight success or whatever. Like I hate that word. There's no such thing as overnight success, and it's cliche, but it's true. It took me 270 sleepless nights to try to get to that stage. And even after that stage, all the numbers went back down. Everything that goes up on Facebook goes down after. And so the real success, real success where you have like 1 million viewers every day was after 500, 600 days.
Wow.
650 days or so.
So one lesson we have today so far is passion. Now we have consistency.
Dude, I mean, I'm crazy when it comes to that stuff. I'll tell you this. I believed in, so I made it for 1,000 days, okay? I said, I'm going to commit to 1,000 days of daily video making. And every day has to be a different topic. So you have to travel around the world to find the topics. You can't make a video sitting here on a couch. It's boring. And so,
hey.
No, sorry about the video. Sorry for the camera. And I don't think many people can understand what this commitment means, because I had an agreement with my girlfriend that if I die, I swear to God, if one of my family members died, and I had an agreement with my family members, if my dad died, I told him, I cannot take a day off. I'm so sorry. He said, I understand, and I promised him like 5 videos about his death. And I'm not even kidding, okay? Nothing will make me not make a video for that one thing. You cannot break the chain.
This is, I feel like I'm preaching, but this is such an important lesson to us. No, I'm serious. In marketing and business in general, like people start things, they don't see it through, right? Because they don't see overnight success. There's no such thing, right?
No such thing,
people
man.
don't, I mean, even me, I'm telling you, we're buddies, and I didn't know how long it took you to break out. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm up to episode 300 and something or other.
But is it daily? Is it consecutive?
Every day.
Oh, every day?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, good job.
Thank you, dude.
I didn't know that. How about you either?
I'm not even looking at my numbers. I don't care, because I know that consistency wins, period.
Yeah, consistency does
Full
win.
stop.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
It
Ready?
forces you to be creative. Go ahead.
How many submissions or offers to collaborate do you get a day, and how do you choose who to work with? How many did you get from me in the last 2 weeks? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
It depends, right? So, I mean, it's easy for me to say, oh, hundreds, I'm so cool, but not really. Most offers are unrealistic, and I don't take them seriously. So something that's tangible, that I actually pursue maybe once a week, like something that I pursue.
Right.
But you get hundreds and thousands of messages per day, but most of the world, unfortunately, is not serious. They're not serious about when they say stuff. And I'm one of them too, oh yeah, let's be business partners, all that stuff. And the next day I was like, what's up, who are you, So most of the offers are not serious, and it's fine. It's just you have to develop an ability to look through what's real and what's...
And the hype.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, awesome. Moving fast here. How did Nas' hectic work schedule affect his relationship with his girlfriend?
I mean, I think she should answer that, not me.
Come back. Give her a round of applause. We want her on stage. Let's go. Where's that mic? You have a mic? Where'd the mic go? All right. No, it's fine. We hear you. It's all good. It's all good.
I'll just be loud.
Yeah, go for it.
Just speak through this.
How did it affect your relationship?
How did
Here's the mic. Here's the mic. Here's the mic.
I mean, we're both like individually difficult people without daily videos interfering. So I think it was, I think most relationships are difficult, even in an ideal situation. So having like the stress of daily videos and the videos being the priority was not super helpful, right?
No, and it's true. Unfortunately, there is a priority in life. And a lot of people here put their family first, and then they put their work second. For me, unfortunately, I had to put work first and family and girlfriend second for 1,000 days. It's not a good place to be in. It's not a good place to be second. So it is.
The deal was, for the 1,000 days, because he started before we met, videos can come first and Aline can come second, but the 1,000 days are over. And we are segueing into the future.
Oh, this is a perfect segue. Thank you. Here's your Instagram.
Thank you. Bye.
Love it. Okay, so let's talk about that. Wait, I have one more question from Twitter, then I want to talk about the future, all right? So the question from Shlomo Stark. Ask him if he could do one thing in his life differently, what would he do?
I think those questions are very...
Tricky?
No, they're just not real questions. No offense. It's just like, it depends where you are in life. If you're satisfied in life, you wouldn't want to do anything differently. So I wouldn't change a single thing.
Love it.
I'm happy where I am.
Love it.
right now.
Amazing. All right,
And I
let's
think
go.
everybody should. I think everybody shouldn't want to change anything
I
in
often
the past.
say I would do the exact same thing I do right now if I wasn't getting paid for it. That's a good test. Would you do what you're doing right now? Okay, so let's.
How do you pay the rent, my friend?
All right, that's a different question. No,
Through
I'll
stocks?
I'll be a waiter. I don't care, but I'm doing this for fun.
That's
All right.
cool.
I mean, I'm sitting on stage in Jerusalem with Nas Daily.
Oh, come on.
What? You're paying me for this stuff? No, OurCrowd's not paying me, by the way. Just to be clear. Okay. All right. How do you remain grounded, dude? This is really for me most important. This is why I love you. I'm serious. Like, it's about the modesty, humility, right? Okay, I'm not going to go the flattery. Objectively speaking, what you've done is bananas. Okay.
Thank you.
How do you remain grounded?
Good question. And I think it's very, it's one of my scariest things in the world is to come off as arrogant. Because you can be the president, well, that's not a good president of the United States, but that's not a good,
Oh, snap.
that's not a good, you could be Obama and sorry, not that we enter into politics, but you could be so accomplished, like a Nobel Prize, like a prize
Right.
winner, and if I talk to you and you make yourself sound like you're better than me, everything you've done in life is worthless. It's incredible how just a little bit of arrogance can ruin everything you've ever made in life. And so I take arrogance very seriously. And I don't ever want to come off as arrogant. And I think that's why, if I try to be arrogant and wear this, Gucci and get, pretend like I'm a big deal, I'll probably make a lot more money. But I don't. It's not the goal. And I think the beauty of Nas Daily is that I change countries very often. So I'm in a country for 2 weeks, for example, and then I look at the map and I say, I want to go to Rwanda. And so we go to Rwanda, okay? And then nobody gives a shit about you in Rwanda, right? And it's like, it's great. It's new beginnings all the time.
That can ground you.
If I stayed in Tel Aviv where selfie for too long, I'll feel like I'm a big deal, and that scares me. So it's good that we change locations all the time to realize in the grand scheme of things, like you're nothing. And so that's why it's
Sounds like a
very
rabbi. Saying, I mean.
You
All
should
right,
join the Nas Daily religion.
So let me ask something that's going to make you a little uncomfortable, okay?
Yeah.
Because, again...
Man, I told you how much I make. What else is more uncomfortable?
No, because, listen, we just talked about it. You're grounded. You really are. I know for a fact that the humility is genuine and it's just not an act. And you really are, you are. Like, I watch every single person on the way here. How long did it take us to walk to this room? The way here?
I don't know. Yeah, it's okay.
Half an hour. Why
I appreciate it.
But here's the thing. This is what I noticed. Every single person that came over, you asked for a selfie. You gave them the time of day. You smiled. It's genuine. I know it's genuine.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be a rough question for you. How do you explain your success? Tell me why Nas Daily became Nas Daily.
So I'll tell you the reason. I'll tell you the reason I give people the time. I try as much as possible. Because 1,000 days ago, without these people, I'm nothing. I'm just an unemployed kid with $60K in savings and no US visa, okay? And so, like, really I'm nothing. So, I mean, except for the $60K. But I think it's very important to understand that the reason Nas Daily is successful is because people make it successful. My opinions are worthless if people don't agree with them. My videos are useless. They're just megabytes if they don't get views and engagement and people telling me that it helped them in some way or another. And so I think the reason for success is because I think humility is always important, and I think just being honest. I think the world is sick and tired of these stupid-ass videos, of stupid-ass content of like, it's obviously fake. It's obviously the person is just doing it to get attention. It's obviously not interesting.
Clickbait. Yeah.
Clickbait. And you see it even in Israel and Palestine. People doing these pranks that are racially insensitive just to get cut through the noise. And it's like, I think real people don't want that. And when they saw an Arab-Israeli brown kid that's not that good looking, and who's screaming at the camera, telling them he's excited about a river in Peru, like, I think they see that he's really, really, really interested in this.
Love it. All right. Since you mentioned Israel and Palestine, here's a little bit of a confession for you. Every time I take a selfie with you, every time we meet, every time, I get a lot of heat.
Great.
Yeah, I do, from my audience. They're like, this guy's anti-Israel. This guy, I'm like...
I love it.
Wait, So let me frame this question. Number
No,
one,
I love the heat.
number one, I say to them what I say. I say, first of all, his political opinions are literally irrelevant. He's a friend, and as a professional, I respect him, period, full stop. Having said that, I actually fundamentally disagree with those people. And the reason I fundamentally disagree is because I think you're actually very grounded in your opinions, and you're not extreme either way. And just the fact that you speak positively about Israel, you talked about serving in the army in your community. Now, the positivity that you spread about Israel, I'm sure you pay that price as well.
Well, yeah, but for the record, I wasn't saying like we should all serve in the army because there's also
Right.
little complications of that. For the record, I was trying to say is that I think one example is just the army. It creates two different sort of worlds in Israel: the ones who went to the army and the ones who didn't. So I wish there was some sort of a community service or something
Right.
where I feel like I belong. I feel like they belong.
Is this still on? Yeah, okay.
But and also there's pushback against that. But I'll say this: I understand why people think I'm anti-Israel, and if they want to think that, they can think that. I actually really enjoy talking to people who hate me. I'm lucky to have most of you probably like Nas Daily, but at the end of the day, for every million people that like you, I think there's 300,000 people that hate you. And so I have right now times 12 around 3 million people that hate me with a passion, and I'm not used to that. Before Nas Daily, it's like, okay, you make one enemy or two. Yeah, I hate that guy. He's a prick. But that's it, one enemy. Okay, but to imagine that 3 million people hate you is hard to grapple with. It's a next level thing, right? Love is can be infinite, whatever. But hate is a different thing. And for every anti-Israel comment you get, I get comments saying I'm anti-Palestine. Right. And I love the fact that I get those comments because it shows that unfortunately and fortunately, most solutions in the world are gray. They're not black and they're not white. And so and that's the stance of Nas Daily. The world is fucking gray.
Whoa.
Okay?
F-bomb.
Sorry for that. Too many rabbis in the room. Sorry. And so it's gray. And I will not, and I'm telling you this, I will not go make a video saying, I love Israel. It's the best country in the Middle East. I will not do that video. Similarly, I will not make a video saying, I love Palestine. It's the best country in the world. It is not. It has so many problems. It's insane. It's kind of shameful to some extent. I want people to understand that there are good people in Israel, and that's my job. Okay, I am not here to do the job of the Israeli government, and I do not want that job. I want to just be as objective as possible. I go to Egypt, a country that is dysfunctional, okay, with a very bad government, and I make positive videos in Egypt. I made positive videos in North Korea, for God's sake, okay? So I should be able to make them in Israel. That's my line of reasoning,
right.
And I should be able to make them in Palestine. I should be able to make them everywhere.
We want to go there, Nas? Should we go there? Should we jump in a little bit to the conflict, or you would rather stay away?
Man, you are the leader.
Should we go there, guys? What do you think?
It's kind of like...
I heard a lot of no's. Let's move on. Okay, all right, so let's talk branding. So how do you, one of the questions here on Twitter is, how do you keep your branding, your message consistent without being boring? Like, how do you, you talked about consistency.
Without being boring?
Without being boring. How do you keep it like alive?
Yeah. I travel a lot. I think if you have a boring life, your content will be boring. It's just the way the world works. You're filming your life. And so if I want my videos to be interesting at all times, then I have to make my life interesting. And for me, the solution to that is to travel as much as possible. And wow, clapping for traveling. I like that.
Wherever
hey,
that
to
is,
travel. Yeah, we
there
love travel. And the reason to travel is I'm not here to tell you the best hotel to be at. I don't care where you stay. I don't care about the food. I don't care about the music scene. I don't care about the art scene. I don't care what you should do as a tourist in India or whatever. I care about is I think there's incredible stories to be told in the most remote places in the world. And I think I am personally sick and tired of another video done in Los Angeles, another video done about New York, another video done about Barcelona. For God's sake, we know Europe is cool. We get it. We get it. New York is the city that never sleeps. I think there's so much more better content to be made in Easter Island, in Madagascar, in the Philippines. There's so many stories. And I tell you one example. that really opened my eyes. We were in Sri Lanka, and I had a meetup. People showed up at the meetup, and I asked like, I don't know, 300 Sri Lankans. I was like, hey guys, what should I make videos about in Sri Lanka? And then this guy tells me, you should make a video about my friend. He's been 20 years in bed, cannot move a single muscle except his finger and his eyes and his mouth. Even his lungs were about to collapse because he has a muscle disease. And for 20 years, he's sitting in a poor house with his family on a bed, cannot move. And he's on a breathalyzer. What do you call that?
Respirator.
Yeah, yes. And I was like, and this guy ended up writing 4 books.
Wow.
Okay, so he wrote 4 books with his finger on his Android phone. He was like, like literally like this. He wrote 4 books. Okay. And I went to visit him, and he's like an incredible guy, super smart, obviously super religious, you know, but super smart and super, the books are about his dreams. They're nonfiction, they're fiction, they're whatever you want, and they're selling in the hundreds in Sri Lanka. And I saw that, and I was like, man, this is keyboard warrior, you know? You know, keyboard warrior is a term we say, oh, these keyboard warriors, they just make fun of us on the internet. But he's a real warrior. Through his keyboard with 1 finger, wrote 4 books. I made a video about his life, his story, and I made it in a way that appeals to the Western world, that appeals to the New Yorkers and the Los Angeles. And that video ended up getting 20 million views, okay? And ended up sort of changing his life. He got more offers to write more books. He started writing more books. He republished them, and he was so happy. And he sent me a message saying, I feel like I was born again. And I was like, wow, this is incredible. Unfortunately, as he was about to launch his book and distribute it, he passed away at the age of, I think, 31.
Oh my God.
He was supposed to die at the age of 19. So he was such a fighter. And so these stories not only made his life better, not only made his country more proud of him, it made the whole world appreciate Sri Lankans more. And Sri Lankans are equal to Israelis. They're equal to the hippie New Yorkers as well. And that's a major, major part of what I believe in for Nas Daily.
Absolutely amazing. Got a lot of fans here, man. So this is quite a sharp transition. Talking about a dude like, I mean, that's an unbelievable story. So Miriam Schwab asks, question for Nas, does he ever wear other T-shirts? Does he own any other T-shirts? And the question that I got a lot of tweets is, what's the story with the T-shirts?
The T-shirt, okay, something more lighthearted.
Where's
I
mine?
don't wear the same T-shirt. I wear the same T-shirt design, okay? For God's sake. I have a girlfriend. I need to be clean. So I have 10 of these T-shirts, and it says, if you can't see from afar, it says 36%, and it says life. And I'm going to speak about it in my keynote after this. But basically, this is an estimation of how much of life I'm done with. So I'm 27, and if you actually go to Wikipedia and say, how long am I going to live for on average? 76, 78, average life expectancy in the United States, okay? I went by the United States. And it's a bit higher in Israel. And so 27 out of 76, it's 36%. So I'm 36% done with life on average, which means I'm 1/3 dead, okay? That's for me what it translated to. And I was so shocked by that. I was like, and also your 20s are more important than your 70s, and all the spiel. And see that word?
Love it. Love it.
And so I decided to print that equation on my T-shirt and just only wear this. And it's a reminder to me, personal reminder, and that's it, that I want to use the remaining, 64% of my life in ways that I really enjoy, in ways that I think are impactful. And people started liking the T-shirt, and it was like a domino effect. But this is for me, to make my life better.
And me, where's mine?
Well, you're wearing an Apple T-shirt. I don't know what that means.
No one's perfect. Okay, so someone asked if the Nas Daily religion has a membership fee. All right, let's talk. Listen, we have 8 more minutes, okay? And
8 more minutes?
we have literally 300 questions here on Twitter. It's
How many
ridiculous.
minutes has this been?
I don't know. He said 4:30 is a hard stop. Is that true? 4:30 is a hard stop, I'm told. Okay, so let's talk about what's
This
next.
passed fast.
Listen, yeah.
Yeah.
We could talk for 4 hours, but listen, here's the question that honestly we've spoken about this, and I know you I'm not sure if you even know next, what's really coming next, but I'm curious. I think we're all curious. You finished 1,000 days.
Aren't we
you
all?
did this thing. What are you doing next?
Great question. So during the 1,000-day journey, sort of, your life is dedicated to just videos. And now I only make videos once a week. So instead of Nas Daily, now it's Nas Weekly. And those videos I just do to keep the channel alive. You can't build a 12 million per person channel and just let it die. So it's a way to keep it alive. And in my main time, I'm focusing on building a media company. I want to build a company out of this entire journey that actually, instead of making 1,000 videos, that makes 1,000,000 videos. Instead of telling 1,000 stories, it tells 1,000,000 stories. And it's not just me. It's hiring content creators that share the same values and beliefs.
Just saying. I know a content creator.
I know, yeah, exactly.
Just saying.
And work with them all around the world to make content for corporations, for countries, for people, for nonprofits, for whatever it is. And I want it to be, hopefully I want it to be as big as, in terms of impact, as Nas Daily.
All right, so real question though.
Actually, quick heads up to Inbal and Zaki.
Yeah, Inbal introduced us, by the way.
Two investors who invested in Nas Daily way before it succeeded.
Woo!
They're right there.
Love
So
it.
thank you for that, guys.
Yeah, but you know that.
And they invested in an app. I was making an app. And I was like, I'm making a video app. Yeah, because I love tech. And and then ended up not doing the app. It didn't quite work out. And now they're stuck with this media company that I'm working on.
But you know what? This is an interesting point because I think about this often. There are no coincidences in life, right? She invested in you, right? You didn't make the app. But now you guys have a relationship. We have a relationship. She introduced us.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
we're sitting here in Jerusalem on
In
stage.
OurCrowd, yeah.
Right? Think about that, how that happens.
Excelsior.
It's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
All right, talk to me about, I'm curious about this actually. As someone, I work 21 hours a day. Again, I don't call it work. I'm having a good time. But what's your day like? It's got to be insane. What's your day like?
Well, it depends. My day in the day 1,000, my 1,000 journey is very, very, is out of this world. It's, you wake up, you upload a video at 9 a.m., okay? Imagine you're sharing a story to 12 million people, and most of the videos are sensitive. So, like, imagine if I make a video about my childhood, okay? Yeah, but what if people hate you? What if you said the wrong message? Or a video about politics? What if you made the wrong... So pushback. So it's very nerve-wracking every single morning at 9 a.m. when you're launching a message to 12 million people. Within 5 minutes, you know if this video that you worked on for 2 hours is a success or a failure. Within 5 minutes. And if it's a failure, you have a hard day ahead of you. If it's a success, the day becomes easier. Then I respond to comments for another hour. Thank you so much for watching the video, or sorry if you didn't like the video. And then 11 comes, and then I go to my girlfriend and I say, Aline, what the hell are we doing today? Like, what video idea do we have to do today? I'm tired. I'm sick of video ideas. I have no more ideas left in me. Like, I talked about the same thing a million times. I don't want to repeat ideas. And so you spend the next 3 to 4, 5 hours until 1 or 2 p.m. thinking, what do I want to talk about today to 12 million people?
Right.
And it has to be interesting. It cannot be anything boring. Cannot. So even right now I'm speaking to you guys, I think this is boring.
Oh,
so
what?
No, I think what I'm saying right now is boring. So this would never make it to the channel. It has to be a lot more interesting to make it...
Is this interesting, guys?
Thank you.
I think it's interesting.
Thank you. Anyway, I spent 4 hours finding the idea, and then I script it, and then I go shoot it, and then you shoot it by 5 or 6 p.m. Because why? That's sunset time. So you become a really good weatherman because you know exactly when the sunset is because you cannot film in the dark. And so until 6 p.m., it gets dark, we wrap up, we go to a hotel, or we find a hotel if we don't have a place to stay, because we're most of the time homeless. And then in 6 p.m., from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., you have to edit the video. And it has to be good. 11 p.m., you edit it. And once every 2 weeks, you go on a date from 10 to 12 or whatever. And then you sleep, and you wake up, and you do that 1,000 times.
She deserves a round of applause, man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
She does. You know, I don't know how many people read Michelle's book, Becoming, but she read it, and you felt depressed, right? Because she has it like much harder, but you feel how it's like when you're dating or when you're married to someone that is married to their work.
Right.
It's not easy.
Let me tell you a story. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I just got a tweet True story.
Yeah.
Look this up. Just got a tweet from a woman named Farhana Rahman, religious Muslim woman in New York.
Cool.
Okay, watching this on a live stream, and she said, "Ask Nas if the video." I mean, just that's in and of itself. Think about that. Like, this is the internet. It's just ask Nas if the videos are ever really a failure after 5 minutes. Maybe just less of a success. What constitutes success and failure? Surely not views. They're all impactful.
She's right, and that's what my girlfriend tells me every day. But this is why I'm happy when I'm unhappy. Does that make sense? I'm happy when I'm unhappy. I love putting myself to like a much higher standard than before. So it used to be, and I kid you not, I used to be happy when I got 1 like every 3 minutes. No, 3 likes every minute, okay? Every minute, I got 3 likes in the beginning. And I was like, and I remember calling my friend, like, dude, he got 3 likes in a minute. I'm so happy. Then when I got that, it became the new normal. It's the numbers trap. And then the new normal, and now to be happy, I have to make more than 3 likes per minute, okay, for me to be happy. So the next day, I got 10 likes per minute. Yes, I'm happy. And then if I get 3 likes again, I'm sad. Get it? So it's a numbers trap. So there's no end. Numbers don't end. And so at some point, I started getting 100 likes per minute. I was like, good, that's the new normal. Anything below that, I'm sad.
It's a drug.
Anything above that, I'm happy.
It's a drug to
It's
me.
a drug. And then, okay, the next, 300 likes per minute. Good. If I get 200 likes per minute, I'm sad. If I get above 300 likes, I'm happy. And it made it so that if it get less than 1,000 likes per minute, I was sad. And think about that. It's crazy. And and now I think the most we've ever had was 3,000 per minute, and there is no way, we know for a fact, there's no way we can break that record. And so I'm in constant, I peaked. But that's what I'm saying, right? It's the numbers trap is numbers don't end, and if you assign your happiness to the numbers, you become a prisoner of numbers. And I understand how it's very, very irrational of me, and I understand how I'm saying something very stupid right now, but it is something I wanted to hold myself to. I said, I will be happy when I am unhappy. And that's why I think Nas Daily worked, because I obsess about things.
I wouldn't call it obsess. I think it's a passionate thing. You're using obsess. I don't think obsess is the right word. It's just your passion.
For good, for bad.
It's your thing. You had a mission.
But it's good to note, it is a numbers game, but at the end of the day, at the beginning, you asked me, why did you make 500 videos and you still continued to go? You still continued, right? You make 500 videos and you didn't give up. I'll tell you why. Because all you really need to be satisfied is one. So you really need is one person. At day 58, I got my girlfriend to message me. That's all I really need. On day 12, I got a journalist from Kenya to message me, and together we made videos. That's one. So for me, when I was sick, on day 28, a guy in India, in Mumbai, named Nas, I kid you not, a guy named Nas in India messaged me when I was sick on day 28, and he said, hey, you're sick, come to my house, because I want to make you like food and give you medicine. And he's younger than me. And I was like, wow, that's all I need to continue going. And so this whole numbers thing is just, thank you. It's just like a, how are we doing as a company on the whole? But in general, you derive satisfaction if you impact one life.
100%. Amen.
I talk too much.
All right,
Sorry.
listen, 2 things. Number 1, we got to end.
Yes.
But I think everyone is very interested to see what happens next. I know I am. And listen, just keep doing your thing. Keep being humble. I'm serious. It's really amazing that you've done this and you've stayed humble and grounded. That's awesome. I have 2 last requests. Number 1, I'm going to take the camera.
Okay.
I'm going to turn around. You're going to do your famous, that's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. Give me my camera. We're doing this. This is like a bucket list thing for me, man. You waited my whole life for this. Is this on?
Were you not in any of the videos?
I'm not. You should be ashamed of yourself, bro.
Why did you not come to the meetups, man?
Let's go. We're going to do it. How do we do this? I don't know.
How
do you end every video?
Okay. Let's do this. Fuck it. Okay. Sorry. We're gonna say that's 1 minute, and everybody says see you tomorrow. Okay. So let's give it a test. Okay. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. Okay, with like 10 times more energy. 1, 2, 3. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
Booyah!
Oh, I like that.
Booyah! I love it.
Okay.
All right.
There is no tomorrow, and this is not 1 minute, but.
All right, and the last thing is we're doing a selfie with the crowd.
Whatever.
You ready for the selfie with
okay.
the crowd?
Yeah.
Everyone look, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. It should work. It would be light. This one's not
Do you
working because
know
there's no lighting in this
that
room.
I don't know how to take pictures with a camera?
Oh yeah, because
I don't know how to use the camera.
I don't use stills on that thing either. But we'll do it with this. What? Hey, Julicious, what's up? All right, let's do it like this. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Sometimes. Oh, but you're in the light. Come here.
Go, 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 go.
There we go. There we go. One more with the flash. One more with the flash. Yeah, turn on the lights. Can we get the lights in the room if possible? Someone's airdropping me stuff. That's bizarre. Okay. That's just like
Go, go,
really
go. People are
strange
waiting.
stuff.
Go, go, go.
One. Here we go. And no flash. Hold on. iPhone. Here we go. Let's go. Okay, that light is problematic. There we go. There you go. All right, that's enough. Thank you very much, Nas. We love you, man.
Wait, are we not doing That's 1 Minute? See you tomorrow?
Huh?
Are we not doing that?
Let's do it. Let's do it again. Yeah.
Let's do it. Come on.
Hold on.
For good old days.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so when I say 1, 2, 3, we both say That's 1 minute.
All right.
And everyone says see you tomorrow.
All right.
Take
I've been
one.
waiting
and
my
that's
whole
it.
life for this. Let's go.
All right, 1, 2. Yeah. He's shooting.
I am shooting.
1, 2. No, because there's some people from outside of Israel.
English.
Let's be inclusive.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So we say it in Spanish, okay? English. 1, 2, 3.
That's 1 minute. Booyah!
Love it.
Thank you
Thank
very
you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time, and I'll see you at
Get on Twitter. You got 150 questions waiting for you on Twitter now, bro.
Twitter, man.